Greetings and welcome to another edition of The Great Goddess. Praise be to Goddess. Praise be to Goddess. Well, here it is, another Wednesday, and today is Halloween. Happy Halloween, everyone. I know some of you hate Halloween and despise it and don't celebrate it and think it's Samhain. And for those of you who observe Samhain, happy Samhain to you. And I don't mean to offend you with Halloween or anything, but you may find Halloween very offensive since it's a Christian holiday. But yeah, there's nothing wrong with Halloween. Halloween is not really a Christian holiday. It's a holiday for everyone, and it's just fun for kids, and that's all it should be. That's all it really should be. It's just fun for kids. And so, those of you who observe Samhain, happy Samhain. But it is Halloween, and I have a topic for you today that's very serious, and that is the Pittsburgh shooter. Robert Bowers, the Pittsburgh shooter, has been charged with 44 counts, felony charges, and he committed a hate crime, and it was murder. And it was right before Halloween, so it was doubly bad because it was right before Halloween that he did this. And there's some people who are really scary in this world that are really scary, and he's one of them. Also in the news, there was a bomber that sent bombs to Obama, to Joe Biden, to Bill Clinton, and to all the former heads of state he sent that were Democrats. He sent bombs in the mail, pipe bombs in packages to all of these people. And he's been caught. And all I have to say is that this has been going on far too long. It's the usual culprits are Republicans or conservatives. And we shouldn't stand for this. We have to stand up to these murderous conservatives that do these things. Now, I'm not saying all conservatives are murderous. I know that these people are the exception to the rule, and that they're far out there, that they're real extremists. And that they're not as extreme as some Republicans and some conservatives. But the fact that they come from the right wing, and that they were inspired by talk radio and other far right wing speakers, and that they were inspired to do these things by these right wing speakers, shows that the right wing is no good. They're complicit in these murders. And President Trump, this really aggravated my friend Judy. My friend Judy is a Jew, and he said that the synagogue should have had better security. They should have had security guards on duty, and that if they had had security guards on duty, that this shooting would have never happened, that the guy would have been shot dead right away. And I don't know how he knows this, because when it comes to gun violence, it's the Wild West, okay? And by the Wild West, I mean whoever gets the first shot in wins. And whoever gets shot loses, and loses their lives and can't shoot anymore. So it's anybody's guess who would have gotten the first shot in. This guy even shot police officers that were on duty that came to shoot him. He shot them. And it was only because there were so many police officers on duty and they called for backup that they were able to defeat him. So having a security guard, good idea, but not necessarily what would have um, stopped this guy. And the fact that he could get a gun, real problem. The real problem is these guns. And I know they say we've got a criminal problem, not a gun problem, but it's ridiculous because we both are problems, the criminals and the guns. And as long as criminals can get guns, they're going to kill people. And we can't stop them from killing people as long as they can get guns. So the only way this is ever going to stop is if we take guns away. I guess it's the only option to stop this gun violence is if we take guns away from the people who are going to use them to commit murder. And there was no stopping this guy. There was just nothing we could do. And the pipe bomb issue, I don't know where they're getting the supplies for these pipe bombs, probably through the mail, through mail order or mail order catalogs. And plumbing supplies, pipes. So that he sent this bomber sent pipe bombs to all of the heads of state, and he intended to kill them. And fortunately, the bombs, none of them went off. But he intended to commit murder, and the Robert Bowers certainly did. And he was inspired by Trump. Did you know he was inspired by Trump? He claimed not to be inspired by Trump, but he really was, because it was Trump that made a big deal of these migrants coming from Mexico, or through Mexico, coming from El Salvador or whatever other countries, and coming through Mexico to the U.S. And he was going to send guards to do border patrol. He was going to send the National Guard out, or troops, to guard the border from these migrants. And they didn't intend to shoot them because they were just migrants they were unarmed. And this guy reacted to that. He claims that he hates Trump and wants nothing to do with Trump, but he was inspired by Trump's words to go commit murder. So Trump implicit with this crime against the good people of Pittsburgh, the Jews that went to synagogue that morning, Tree of Life Synagogue. And it's a terrible thing. It's a terrible thing that these things keep happening, and that we can't stop them from happening because it's a free society and we have free access to guns and free access to pipes and bomb-making equipment, bomb-making materials. Just common things people have lying around they can use to make a bomb or to make a weapon. So even if they didn't have guns, there would still be violence, but there would be less violence because then people couldn't actually go shooting people if they didn't have guns. So the far right, a big problem in this country. The only answer is educating people, education, and also taking guns away from the bad guys if we can. Any way we can get the guns away from the bad guys, we should do it, because they keep shooting people and we have to stop them from shooting people. We can't allow people to get shot. So that this Halloween, think about the far right and how scary their rhetoric is, and how their rhetoric has inspired acts of terrorism, and what we can do to stop it. I'm Sarah Jane Alpha Wolf signing off. Have a terrific Halloween or Samhain or whatever it is that you celebrate.